Go.
All right.
All right, we're going. What's up, Connor? It's definitely experts for the 82nd time ever.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm I'm happy about it.
I'm here for it. This is the content you signed up for. Um, hell yeah. So it's we had what, week 2 last week. Now we're on week 3. Only 14 to go. Damn.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
both a lot and not a lot at the same time. It's gonna go by in a flash, I think, but there's
it
a
always
lot
does,
left.
man. The season always is. All of a sudden you blink and it's like, oh shit, it's. You know it's getting down to when you start seeing the playoff picture. When you really start looking at teams that are in the hunt and who needs to do some work to position themselves for wild card, which is a little different this year since we had that 7 team in there. But I did look at the playoff standings, not on purpose, but just I stumbled upon them and it's like, oh, Packers 1 seed, 2-0. They own all the tiebreakers probably because they scored 40 some odd points every single game. So that's like, oh, that's pretty cool. First round bye would be neat.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever actually thought about that for this season quite yet, just because week 3 here, I think I'm still wrapping my head around the whole idea of like football actually happening with coronavirus. But you're absolutely right. I mean, especially like what you're saying about when playoff picture stuff starts emerging, which I know is typically I associate that with after, the teams have gone through their buys, like when you get to the part of the season where nobody has any buys left. And that's, I think, when you start to see a lot more of the, like, okay, here's who's in the hunt. Or even, I guess I should say this, it's already like in some fantasy articles I read, it's like dynasty articles where it's like, oh, if you started 0-2, you might want to think about if your team's in contention to, play for this season. And it's like, what? I'm 0-2 in our dynasty league. And so,
well, that's that's the classic. That's the line that you can't win the Super Bowl in the first month in September, in the first months of the season, but you can lose it. You can go 0-4 and really just kind of put yourself way behind the 8 ball and even making the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah,
and obviously the fantasy season is not the full 17 games before you start the playoffs. It is whatever it is. With the playoffs being the end of the regular season, but so I don't know. I don't think that's the craziest thing in the world, but I don't know. I always associate that in the hunt playoff picture at the start of every broadcast around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Also,
yeah.
I got Thanksgiving on the brain because I'm gonna be out in Nebraska for the next 2 months and probably until Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way,
is it all the way until Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I booked an Airbnb today till like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Well, that'd be a nice little thing to. That's when your thing's up, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be done by then, if not before. Hopefully construction will be done out there with the project I'm going out there to oversee and help and watch be done. And if not, then I'll come back and I'll just stay in a hotel as needed. So whatever. So I got myself a little studio apartment out in north side of Omaha. So I'm gonna be living out there and out in the plains. I did see. Let me ask you this. I was looking at the Badger schedule today very briefly.
Yep.
Is Big Ten having no fans? Is that a conference policy?
I honestly have no idea.
Because Wisconsin's playing at Nebraska on Halloween Day, August 31st. Not August 31st, October 31st. I was like, oh shit, well, I'll be out there.
Honestly, I somehow doubt that Nebraska is really going to clamp down on COVID policies, just judging by how adamant they were about trying to have the season. Like,
I'll say this about Nebraska. I was out there last week. I'm going out again on Tuesday this coming week. So I checked in the hotel I was staying in. It's like, oh yeah, the pool's open, fitness center's open. Just let me know. And it's like, oh, well, I stayed in Iowa last time I went out that way, and none of that was open. So I'm like, oh, I can go just get a lift in at the fitness center, and there's like people in the pool. It's like, nope, I am not doing that.
No thanks.
Absolutely not. The hotel pool is questionable in under normal circumstances.
On a good day.
So I'm sure as shit not gonna go for a little dip in the pool and mix the medicine with the folk.
It's probably yeah, I'm gonna go take a dip in this. I mean, I don't mean to paint a picture of Nebraska as being just like a dirty place, but I guess I too, in a random hotel that I'm staying at on like a work business trip, I don't know if I'd take a dip.
Yeah, it's absolutely
in like a Holiday Inn or whatever.
That's exactly what it was. Holiday Inn Express Inn Suites. Shout out. It has absolutely nothing to do with the people of Nebraska, or more specifically, the people that would travel to North Omaha, Nebraska. I wouldn't do that anywhere right now.
Yeah, right. Well, right. Especially in coronavirus era here.
Yeah,
it probably isn't a wise idea.
Yeah, no, very much my hotel policy is in and out. I'm here.
In and out.
I'm strictly here for business, both figuratively and literally. I'm not messing around with any of these amenities. Just get in my room. I'm going to bed and I'm getting out in the morning. Not touching anything.
Yes.
So, anyways, maybe
I'll go
visit
a Nebraska game.
Yeah, maybe I'll go to the Nebraska game. Maybe I'll go cat around down to Lincoln. I got a friend out there. At least he went to school there. I don't know if he still lives out there.
Yeah, I mean, in a good year, I feel like it'd actually be kind of fun to go to Nebraska, like to go to a football game. I remember I had a friend who went to Nebraska, and he said, I mean, the environment in, I forgot what their stadium's called.
Memorial Stadium.
Okay, Memorial Stadium.
Just like all the other Memorial Stadiums, all the other 50 of them.
Maybe that's why I didn't remember it, because it's such a generic-ass fucking name. So he said it's pretty cool, though. It's like, pretty big stadium. The environment is, I mean, I'm sure pretty similar to like Camp Randall, but it's like the only thing there, right? In Omaha, like it's the thing.
That's the show. Yeah, only thing it's the only show in town.
Or sorry, Lincoln, not Omaha.
Yeah, it's a suburb. It's close to Lincoln. It's close to Omaha. Yeah, I just remember seeing snaps from my friend who went there. He was covering. He worked for like the Daily Nebraskan or something, like the school newspaper. Or maybe it was just a real newspaper out there. And he wrote columns for about the Huskers, and he always got media credentials. So I was like, oh man. So he'd be home for like winter break, and he's from Racine. I went to high school with him, and so he'd be, I'm home for winter break. Well, I got a press credential. I'm just gonna go to this random Marquette game and ask Tom Crean some questions. Or he was sitting in a press conference in the media center with like Tom Izzo. They were probably playing Michigan State, I guess, or something. But it's like, oh, that's pretty cool that you just kind of just show up like, yeah, I'm here from this newspaper. Let me just hang out.
Well, in a normal season, what you should do is, before you go to Nebraska, is laminate some credentials from Definitely the Experts and see if you can sneak into some Nebraska press events here.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I won't probably ever be in Nebraska again under normal circumstances. It's probably be done here in the next couple months, ever going out there. Fingers crossed. But no, actually, that did cross my mind. It's like, man, how can I get... I think I actually did like a Google search on how to get credentials through like for an NFL team. It's like, well, fuck, I live in Green Bay. Like, what does it take to get Packers credentials to go to Packers media conferences? And it's something you had to go through like the NFL, and it's like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
I'm sure it's a little more fast and loose with the NCAA.
Yeah, so maybe we got to get you into like going to some hockey press conferences. Actually, it might be easier now. I wonder if you can just like, hey, can I just get on the Zoom call and hang out?
I'll mute myself, I swear.
Yeah. Hey, we got post-game comments from Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, hey. Hi, Aaron. This is Sam Bieneman, Definitely the Experts podcast.
DTE.
Yeah, DTE Media Enterprises. Do you have a message for the haters? I saw. What's your relationship with Matt LaFleur, and how much do you hate him that you can't audible?
Do you have a message here for Robert on Facebook who called you a, quote, pussy?
Aaron, we've been seeing a lot in online on the chat rooms. Here's a comment from Marion from Two Rivers, Wisconsin. She says, "God damn it, these motherfucking players always look like shit when they're getting on the planes. They don't wear suit and coat and ties like they used to back in the day." What's your response to that?
Yeah. Aaron, what is your comment on the dress code for business trips?
Is it true that you look like a quote and a bunch of never mind. I'm not going to read it.
Was it thugs? That was what they said?
I was going to not say that.
That was a good post to share.
I'm just paraphrasing it. Yeah, it's every I don't go on Facebook much like I used to, but every Facebook post from the Packers when they're just taking pictures of some of the guys getting on the plane to go to a road game, and it's they're just wearing whatever they're wearing, and inevitably it's some 7-year-old white woman that's what the fuck. These goddamn players, they don't look all snazzy and dressed to the nines like they used to back in the 40s when they were taking the train.
Yeah, taking the train and busting their brain stems on the gridiron for me.
Yeah, they're drinking brandy on the sidelines and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, the good old days.
Hey, another random thought here while we're just kind of riffing here. Was the turf, the old turf at the band field down in Madison that the marching band practiced on, not the new shit that they got, but when you and I were in it, was that real AstroTurf?
As opposed to what?
To field turf, that like what Camp Randall is now?
Oh. Yeah, that shit was AstroTurf for sure.
Could you imagine actually playing football on that?
No, that would hurt so much.
Just to just casually take a knee and listen to someone talk. It's like, I'd rather not.
It hurt my feet to run on it.
Yeah.
Just like...
I can't imagine it, like playing... Yeah, playing touch football was like, ooh, that ball, I'm not going for that one. I'm not going for that. I'm not laying out for this one here. I can't imagine practicing or let alone playing competitive tackle football on that surface.
No, dude, people...
But they did.
Yeah, people... Right. I don't know. I think it was really funny that... I mean, like what you're saying, people would get injured like playing stupid marching band football on that turf. So like the idea of like there being actual football where 280-pound dudes are like leveling you against this AstroTurf that might as well be concrete, like, ugh, I don't know.
Yeah. It's funny just because
I guess
that
what
PMT interview where they're talking to Morton Anderson. He's like, "Yeah, I love playing on AstroTurf. The ball sat up there. There was no, it didn't sink down into the ground at all when you're kicking it." And it's like, well, I see that. I know the feeling. There's no give in that at all.
That makes a lot of sense. Easy for you to say, Morton. Sure, you got tackled a lot on the gridiron.
I don't think he did. I don't think he was, running between the running.
I don't think so.
I don't think he was taking running halfback power through the C gap.
Me either.
So, all right. Well, let's get down to brass tacks. We talk fantasy shit on this show, so let's talk some fantasy football. I got questions for you. I'm very conflicted about what to do in all my lineups.
Are we doing the pick'em or are we doing fantasy?
Let's do pick'em, or let's do survival, because that's what I led with. And I was looking at the board this week, and I was like, don't have a great feeling about any of these matchups, other than the Jets are bad.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Is that you just said like last week that you're not gonna fall into the trap of picking the game with the shitty team. And here you are. I don't think it. I think the Colts probably win, but they are the highest point spread at -11, And the next closest one is the Browns against Washington, and they are -7.5.
Yeah. So I saw that. I was like, okay, I know the Jet.
That's huge.
I don't know.
Oh, it's -7. It's only -7. It's not even 7.5.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm scared of that Washington team because they beat the Eagles, and I think the Eagles are good, which they might not actually be.
No, I think the Eagles are really bad.
I think they probably are. I think it's them and the Vikings that are these teams that are like they're usually good, but they're not now. And it's gonna take me a few more weeks to really wrap my head around that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I think this could be a game. I don't know. You're right. The Jets are very bad, but this is looking like a game. I think the Survivor pick popularity right now is around 50%. The last time I checked, it was like 51 on Yahoo.
Oh, picking the Colts.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean that's the other side of it. The Colts, where I don't necessarily feel great about them any other week. So it'd be nice to just kind of use them up when they have a very favorable matchup, and then I don't really have to. I'm not worried about burning them. Like I'm not gonna. I honestly don't think it's gonna be week 15, and if I'm still in this thing, just like damn it, I'm pissed. I used the Colts already because now they're playing, whoever. But
okay, yeah. I mean, I don't think it'd be terrible to pick them. I think the Colts are on the opposite side of that coin that you're talking about with Minnesota and the Eagles. I think they're a team that they didn't do very well last year, but I think that they're better than what they were last year.
I feel
like they had a lot of tight games, and they obviously don't have Jacoby Brissett tossing the rock and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield.
Yeah, I feel a lot better about them after they throttled the Vikings. I mean, I was a little gun shy on them at first after they lost to Jacksonville week 1, but yeah, and that's the other thing too. Here, looking at the rest of the board, I don't know. I don't feel great about any of these other games. Another one that maybe jumps out is Arizona Detroit. I like Arizona in that one, but I don't know if I trust the Cardinals that much. I think the lines are bad, but
that's another game that, I mean, I think they have better future value. The Cardinals do. I think they have better matchups down the road. Like they have game against
they play the Jets sometime.
Miami. Yeah. So I don't know if this is like the best. I don't know. Game. I'll just tell you. I'll go ahead and tell you the one that I'm targeting. I'm targeting New England against Las Vegas.
That was the next one. It was. But that was the one that scares you a little bit because the Raiders look good. The Raiders look pretty good against the Saints.
I think that's exactly it, man. That's why people probably aren't going to target the Patriots. But I mean, for a fact that Bill Belichick is going to he's going to basically structure his defensive plan around shutting down Darren Waller, right? And then once he does that, you got Stephon Gilmore on Henry Ruggs, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know who's the number one in that offense. It's other than Darren Waller.
I don't know. Right. Well, exactly. I mean, that's exactly right. Like, and then, yeah. So, I don't know. I think their offense is really weird to watch because obviously we haven't seen a different offense in New England in quite some time, and watching it now be so drastically different with Cam Newton. Plus, the mixed bag menagerie of wide receiver. Who's even throwing to? Bird. I don't know his first name.
It's Julian Edelman and then some other.
Is it Damiere Byrd?
Some other creative players.
Okay, yeah. And N'Keal Harry. Yeah. Anyway, so their offense though looks a lot better than I thought that it would be, and Cam Newton looks a lot better as a passer than everybody was making him out to be. Everybody was trouncing him in fantasy circles for he wasn't a very good passer in Carolina and blah blah blah. His whole fantasy value was centered around his rushing ability, and that's still true, but I mean they make it work. They run the quarterback power and it works.
Well, it works except the last play of the game against Seattle. But
okay, well yeah, that didn't go well.
No, I mean the point is still true. It holds that it worked earlier in the game, and then Cam looked good. Cam looked really good against that Seattle team. I only watched the first half, then I went to bed, but damn, I wish I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Okay, one more game that I'm just looking at here that jumped out at me on paper here. Tampa Bay at Denver. I like Tampa in that game a lot with Drew Lock out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
With Blake Bortles starting?
Is Blake Bortles actually?
Or Jeff Driscoll?
Well, yeah.
I guess maybe he isn't. Jeff Driscoll
I think Jeff Driscoll is starting, but... Plus, I think the Broncos aren't very good.
Yeah, I mean, they lost Cortland Sutton.
Is Jerry Jeudy hurt too?
So, I don't know. I guess we can get into that right after this. Just like how week 2 was an absolute
hospital
just
job.
Like D-Day. Yeah, holy fuck, man. Let me just. So I guess let's before we roll into that, I agree with you. That's a pretty solid game to target, I guess. And Tampa Bay's, I don't know what their future value is really in terms of
I'm sticking
survivor
with the Colts,
pool because I have no idea what to make of that team, man. Okay, all right. Sam's hammering the Colts. I am punching in New England. We will see what happens. All right. No, I don't want to rank the most important injuries, but
yeah, what's the power ranking for
get a
injuries
fucking
here?
list.
Who got shafted the worst here?
I guess maybe instead of just talking about a list, we can actually pull up this article. So this is bullshit ESPN article, power ranking the fucking injuries. Number 1, Nick Bosa.
Yep, you got hurt, didn't you?
Tearing his ACL. Yeah. So I mean, just as like a twofer, Solomon Thomas also is out. I think for the season.
Jimmy Garoppolo's out, and Raheem Mostert. No,
he's not out for the season. Yeah, I mean, so I guess just like we'll just say that San Francisco suffered a lot of injuries this past Sunday. It was pretty bad. Yeah, Raheem Mostert, Jimmy Garoppolo,
George Kittle still out.
Yeah, George Kittle, Richard Sherman is on IR. He didn't get injured in week 2, but he was already on IR. So holy fuck. Team just got it's really frightening because I'll just say this, that like from the Packers side they did suffer some injuries, but like nothing like somebody tore an ACL. Well, I guess what is it? Lane Taylor is out for the season. That did happen. But we came out the other side like okay. Devontae Adams has a hamstring injury, which isn't awesome. But looking at all this, it makes me also think of my my law school fan. So this is also happening in my law school league, and I won't get into it a whole lot, so we can talk about fantasy later. But like a lot of teams are already like completely decimated by injuries, like completely fucked up. Like looking at some rosters, it's like we got dudes starting, DeAndre Swift in the RB1 slot, and it's like, whoa,
no,
like. I know. So I'm looking at my squad and it's like, oh fuck, man. Oh fuck. The bug hasn't hit me yet, but I'm looking at it, it's like this seems inevitable. Like sooner rather than later, like the Grim Reaper's gonna come for my team here. Just looking at how other people's teams are already looking. Like I'll just say that. So I got this guy in my league. He's got Jeff Wilson and DeAndre Swift slotted at his 2 running back slots. Chris Herndon, because on his bench, it's DJ Chark is out, George Kittle is out, Christian McCaffrey is out, Jamison Crowder out.
Wow.
So like, yeah, he is just, and he also had Chris Godwin last week who was hurt, so he was out last week, but it looks like he's gonna be back this week. But so. Yeah, that's like your first 5 fucking picks or something. And so anyway, that's how I felt about like the NFL and like this whole week. It was like holy shit. So with that being said, let's just roll into the other one. Saquon Barkley, he tore his ACL. That is a tough break.
Sure is.
I mean, especially given that he like basically going into the season, people were saying like he is the offense, and I mean, I don't know.
Well, there it goes.
Got Devonta Freeman there.
The Devonta Freeman Wayne Gallman show. Oh right,
Dion Lewis.
Awesome, love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. Giants already didn't look awesome, but another top end running back, Christian McCaffrey. He suffered a high ankle sprain, so he's out for like.
And this will play. We'll get into this in fans conversation. But I did pick up Mike Davis. I did. So let's circle back to that when we talk Beans fantasy.
Okay. So these next two on ESPN, they have Drew Lock and then Courtland Sutton. So Courtland Sutton is out, tore his ACL. We already mentioned that, but Drew Lock sprained AC joint. So I don't know what that means, like what the window is for that. But I don't think he's out for the entire season, but out for a considerable amount of time. That because of that, the Broncos signed Blake Bortles. So
love it.
It's kind of unfortunate because this year was supposed to be the year that they obviously, evaluated Drew Lock as like, is he the future? Because they obviously invested all this capital and all these weapons. But now that's obviously impossible to do because, I mean, for one, Courtland Sutton is out. But obviously Drew Lock is, I mean, even if he does come back, it's like, well, what condition is he in? And I mean, is this really fair? I don't know. It's like, oh shit, well, never mind. I guess you guys are going to have to figure it out later, or maybe Blake Bortles is the guy.
We're on to 2021.
Pretty much. Yes. Further down on this list, I mean, we mentioned Devontae Adams. Tavon Young, cornerback for the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know, they just have knee injury here, but it's a season-ending one. Malik Hooker tore his Achilles tendon, safety for the Indianapolis Colts. He's done. Byron Jones, he suffered a groin injury, and so he's out for unspecified amount of time. We already mentioned Raheem Mostert. Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod. Deflategate 2.0.
What? Oh my gosh. Like, this is one of the... this is probably, out of all the injuries that happened this past weekend, this is probably it's not the most important one necessarily, but it's certainly the one that caught the most media attention. So if for anybody who isn't aware of what happened, he was getting a shot from a doctor before the game for pain that he was suffering from a chest injury. And he I guess he pressed a little too far and punctured his lung with the shot, and so he had to go to the hospital and
get his lung reinflated.
Take care of that, basically. And then Justin Herbert started, and he looked pretty good against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that being said, Tyrod Taylor is most definitely, despite what like all the coach speak, where it was like Tyrod is our guy if he's 100% healthy.
Why?
It's like, okay, so I think it was on PMT where they talked about it, and they described it a very good way, that Tyrod Taylor isn't like the prototypical bad quarterback. He's just going to sling the ball underneath for 2.5 yards every single time so that you have to punt on every single offensive drive that you try to, complete.
Yeah, he's the pro version. He's the regular season version of every halfway decent undrafted free agent quarterback in the preseason. That's like, oh man, this guy actually doesn't look terrible. Well, it's because he's just throwing checkdowns to your fifth running back and throwing the ball no more than 7 yards down the field at a time. It's not bad, but it's also you're not
Yes.
going to win games that way. It's not dynamic.
No. So, yeah, and that's how we looked through the first game, at least. We obviously didn't see him last weekend, but that's how he looked in week 1. And well, I mean, we all knew that. We knew that's like the kind of quarterback he was, and that's why he got displaced by Baker Mayfield. So I don't know. It was just a matter of time for Justin Herbert to step in, but everybody thought Justin Herbert was just this bag of ass quarterback who wasn't ready for the NFL.
Me too.
I'm in that camp. I thought he didn't look awesome in the Rose Bowl against the Wisconsin Badgers. So what hope did he have against, an NFL team? The Kansas City Chiefs. And he looked pretty good. He threw for like 300 yards, I think. Something like that. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But it's really interesting, just like the idea that fucking doctor basically cost Tyrod his job.
And somehow in all
because
this,
he fucked up.
Pro Football doc, Dr. David Chow, got somehow brought back into the fray and got thrown under the bus, and it came. I didn't realize. I guess this was everybody kind of knew this already, but I didn't realize that he had all his had done a lot of questionable things in his NFL doctoring days. And there's a reason why he's Pro Football doc, not still employed by a team.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know this shit either, but yeah, apparently it was common knowledge that he just was doing a bunch of shady shit, facilitating illegal prescriptions and
might have been culpable,
misdiagnosing people,
prescribing way too many pills to Junior Seau at the end of his life.
That shit in particular was pretty fucked, and I mean it certainly casts a looming shadow whenever. So I still listen to Fantasy Pros pretty regularly, and they obviously have him on, and it's just really weird because he's employed. He works at a fucking hospital somewhere in San Diego, and so the idea of like this guy is just like, I don't know. It's really odd the way that he speaks on like football, and I mean, I guess he makes he has a decent following doing his Pro Football doc thing, and obviously like people like me didn't really realize that was him when he appeared on Twitter and like, diagnosing people from like footage of stuff. And obviously people just flock to that kind of stuff because you want to try to get knowledge for your fantasy team or
and it's
whatever.
just cool because some of that stuff in real time that he's able to do, and that's not questioning that aspect of his job. Obviously, he has a ton of experience doing that, but it's all you do a Google search on the guy, and it's like, oh my, you got a couple you did.
You're kind of a piece of shit.
Junior Seau, you getting sued. Yeah, you getting sued for malpractice
DUIs.
times. I don't know, Doc. Second opinion?
Yeah, I don't know. It really wasn't that long ago either. It was 2013 that he quote unquote resigned. So I don't know. I guess it is 7 years ago. But anyway, looking at this list of people, then
also
we
just
really need
closer
to talk
home,
about it.
Devontae Adams tweaked his hamstring against Detroit. I see he was anticipated. I don't know if the injury report came out yet, but I think he was going to be listed as doubtful for this game Sunday night against the Saints. Didn't sound like it was good. Like a great
you're
prognosis.
right. No, it didn't sound like he was ready to play. So that'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. See if, these first two games, Devontae has just dominated I actually don't know what his target share was for last game. He didn't really have a big game at all.
But didn't need him. He didn't really play much of that second half after he tweaked his hamstring. I think he might have rolled his ankle too or something out there. But, really didn't need him. Packers' run game was absolutely rolling on Sunday.
No.
So let's just do that right now. Recap the Packers game. I guess there's another great game out of the offensive line. Kind of a hodgepodge deal. You had Corey Linsley going out. You had no Lane Taylor. But that and you didn't have Billy Turner out there. He was active but not playing. But still, it was a really good showing out of that offensive line with a great running game, led by Aaron Jones, and then an effective passing game without a ton of pass rush, from what I recall. Did I send you that thing? There was the All-22 video on Reddit of the Aaron Jones 75-yard touchdown run. Oh, well, I meant to have sent that to you.
No.
But it was like, oh, man, they're running duo up the middle, and Elgton Jenkins was just cleaning people out. Him and David Bakhtiari, they're double teaming off the snap, and then Elgton Jenkins scrape into the second level. Really sprung that touchdown run. So I was like, oh yes, okay. Yes, Elgton.
Okay.
Yes, Elgton. Oh, he's playing.
Man, he's questionable for this week. Okay. All right, I'll believe you. Yeah, Elgton Jenkins is looking more and more like probably one of the more valuable draft picks that the Packers have taken in recent memory. The Packers' ability to just keep the fountain of youth alive in this offensive line is truly probably one of the more remarkable things about the team. I mean, that was like the biggest thing really with this game and the last was that Aaron Rodgers really wasn't under duress at all. He didn't have to do much. He wasn't asked to do much in either game. He obviously went #sicko mode in the first game and threw for 4 touchdowns, but he really wasn't in danger of taking big hits at all for either of these games, and that's a testament really to the solid performance of the offensive line with what you said before was already somewhat of a hodgepodge situation with Lane Taylor going out and Billy Turner, his injury. So, I mean, and it's looking more and more like, I think they said that Runyon was moving up the depth chart. So I hope that he's a guy that is kind of, maybe one of those dudes that we took. We took him in the 6th round. Be kind of cool if we struck gold in offensive lineman draft capital here again with somebody like that. It'd be neat to see that again, but it's looking more and more like the Packers played their hand well at the back end of that draft this past year by just taking a shitload of offensive linemen because it's looking more and more like that's really the calling card of this offense, both like last week protecting Aaron Rodgers as a passer and this week doing an excellent job of facilitating the run game, allowing Aaron Jones to net not really nearly 200, but 168 yards and 2 touchdowns on just 18 carries.
Including his pass receptions, which he was dynamic in the pass game too. The guy can do it all.
Yep. Yeah. It's nuts. I mean, with anybody back there, I mean, Jamal Williams, I think, broke off a big chunk or two in that game. Yeah, he had 63 yards on just 8 carries here.
Again, testament to the offensive line.
Yeah. And it's really nice to see. I mean, I can't remember who I was talking to about this. Somebody, maybe it was this dumbass law school fantasy group chat that just gets really aggravated really fast in these games. That's something. I'm just looking at this box score. I just remember here it was the quote unquote slow start by the Packers where they kind of let Adrian Peterson off that big run in the beginning of the first quarter. Like he turned the corner and it was like, oh, if that was 25-year-old Adrian Peterson, that's a touchdown every single day, but it's not. It's 35-year-old Adrian Peterson, so he's not going anywhere. He's got cement for feet. And so people were a little worried because the running game for Detroit was kind of rolling there in the first drive or two. Marvin Jones was looking a little dynamic, but I mean, you look at that and it's like, I mean, I don't know. Are we really not going to figure out Adrian Peterson and Marvin Jones, or I mean, maybe T.J. Hawkinson? Like I don't know. But they didn't have Kenny Golladay, so I mean, I don't think that there was a huge threat coming into the game. Like I wasn't very worried, I guess I should say, just with the Detroit passing game. That was the one thing that kind of scared me. It was like, Matt Stafford's a good quarterback. Kenny Golladay is an excellent receiver. Mike Pettin plays his, simple the simple Rick defense, where it's a lot of zone stuff. So I wasn't really sure and where Jair Alexander was going to match up, but going into the game with the surefire notion that Kenny Golladay wasn't playing, it was kind of like, well, we got 30-year-old Marvin Jones and then Quintez Cephas, and I guess Marvin Hall is a wide receiver that plays for the Detroit Lions. So, and Danny Amendola too. He's also like 31.
Yeah,
dynamic
I kind of
guy.
like those matchups.
I don't know.
I'm not super worried about a lot of those guys.
No.
Plus,
so yeah, in any case, it was a clean sweep by the Packers. They held them at arm's length pretty much from the second quarter on, it seemed like, and it really was sealed in the third quarter, I think, when Chandon Sullivan intercepted a Matt Stafford pass, and it was a quick pick six from the
that's the one thing we
the
didn't
5-yard line or some shit.
Didn't count on. We didn't factor into our Packers defensive calculus here is that, that's right, we have defensive super weapon Chandon Sullivan. That's right, you don't throw over to Sullivan Island. I'm really pushing for that. We haven't had a good
right. Captain Sully.
Between you and me, we had that good running bit of Ladarius Gunter back in 2016, 2017. Had Gunter Island when it was the extremely facetious use of the island suffix to a guy's last name when you had him out there in the NFC Championship game, this undrafted guy that's slow as shit that run like a 6-second 40, and he's out there one-on-one. Yeah, all right, Ladarius, we need you to go out there and go one-on-one all game against Julio Jones, all right? Ah, shit. That didn't work. Damn it.
No,
Damn
wait
it.
a minute. Yeah.
Dom Capers, I thought we had this one figured out, but golly, we didn't. Ladarius Gunter is not the shutdown corner we thought he was.
It totally is a situation where it's like you almost can't even be mad at Ladarius Gunter because the whole notion of the defensive coordinator doing literally what you just said. Hey man, listen, I know you run a 4.6 and you're not particularly gifted in any sort of fashion, but we need you to go out there and cover a generational talent at wide receiver.
Hall of Fame wide receiver in his prime.
One-on-one.
Please. Thank you.
Yes. Please. Yeah. He's getting the ball slung to him by yet another Hall of Fame quarterback.
You think Matt Ryan's a Hall of Fame quarterback?
I think
well,
so.
I think
it might be running into the hot take territory, but man, he is just oh my god. I almost feel I would feel bad if it still wasn't. It's a little too recent to have that divisional playoff game where they just trounced the Packers in the back of my mind there, but I mean they absolutely that Super Bowl that they obviously infamously blew, that was it. That was the window, and I don't know. It's weird because it seems like the Falcons offense, through, for better or for worse, last year when they were struggling, Matt Ryan was still just slinging the rock like it was nobody's business. Their defense was giving up 40 points a game, but Matt Ryan, god damn it, he's thrown for 400 fucking yards. And it seems like he's done that really the last, few seasons here, we're just trying to keep the Falcons in contention, but now he's 35, and I don't know.
I'm fully on board with the Matt Stafford Hall of Fame argument, because by the time if Matt Stafford plays as long as some of these guys that are like, if he plays as long as Drew Brees, he's going to have every career passing record. So I fully buy into Matt Stafford, and then I guess when I think about it, Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford are not that different. They played on some. Matt Ryan's obviously had more success and played on some better teams and actually won a playoff game and done some stuff in the postseason. But in terms of they've both played on some bad teams. They both had generational talent and wide receiver in Calvin Johnson and Julio Jones for a good chunk of their career, and they both sling the ball pretty damn well in general. But I don't think you'd ever put them, except for the one for the Matt Ryan MVP season, you wouldn't put them as your top tier quarterback. They're consistently in that second tier.
Yes, I 100% agree. I'm just looking at his regular season stats, and oh my goodness. I should just send you the fucking playoffs just for that 2016 season where he went absolutely bananas. This dude had fucking 1,000 yards in the playoffs in 2016. Yeah. I mean, just this dude since 2011 has never dipped below 4,000 yards a season. Which in today's NFL maybe isn't as big of a deal as it used to be, I suppose. But, I mean, 2016, fucking nearly 5,000 yards in the regular season with an additional 1,000 in the postseason with 3 extra games there. Almost hitting that in 2018, 4,924 yards there, missing the playoffs. But, I mean... I don't know. This dude, it's weird to watch the Atlanta Falcons just because it feels like any given year they're constantly it's that passing game that's really facilitating everything no matter how hard they try. They obviously signed Todd Gurley this offseason to try to take some of the workload off of Matt Ryan.
And that's the thing about that 2016
Todd Gurley looks
season,
like ass.
They were that year so good running the ball with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. In addition to throwing the ball over the yard at will. And where does that lead back to? Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Doing what he's doing out in San Francisco now. And what he did previously before that in Washington with RG3.
Yeah. I don't know.
How do we get on this? We got on this wild tangent about Matt Ryan, but
I guess we'll see. I know we just
sure whatever. I guess put him in the Hall of Fame. You got my vote.
It's oh my god, man, their defense is not there. I felt so bad for this past game. Where it was holy shit, man! You guys.
The first time a team had scored 39 points and had 0 turnovers, or had a plus three turnover margin in a game and lost since 1939. Dude, just I've never understood this. The whole onside kick thing. The ball's just it's just slowly rolling. Here it comes. It's 6 yards, 7 yards. It's coming. It's approaching that 10-yard line. It's dude, just go up there and swat that shit out of bounds. It's your ball then. You don't even have to recover. Just shove it. Don't even have to dive on it.
Yes. It was really that, I don't even know who it was, but the dude who just literally, he was in front of the ball.
Wasn't even a part of the play.
And he watched it. Yep.
Was that Hayden Hurst?
Fucking god.
It might have been.
Yeah.
There's some number in the 80s.
I don't think so. It might have. Well, I hope not. Falcons, Seahawks, onside kick. Let me just.
Yeah, well, pull up the tape.
YouTube this real fast. Oh, shit. Too fast.
No, he's 81, isn't he?
87? Jaden Graham. Yeah, that's
unforgivable,
dude. Yeah.
Oh, fucking nerd.
For Yale. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah. That was just extremely unfortunate, and you knew immediately when they recovered that. I mean, the whole back end of the game, the Falcons' defense was just a big old sieve, and it's not really like, I guess, like a super testament, or I guess I shouldn't say it's me just saying that their defense is super shitty, even though it's just the last few seasons has not quite been there. The Cowboys' offense is pretty dynamic. It's hard to keep in check all the weapons that they have now. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and their offensive line obviously has been vaunted. So I get it. It's a tough ask for a team to keep that team just under wraps the entire time, but like, holy shit, you just knew when they recovered the onside kick that it was like, there's no way that they don't stop them from getting into field goal range. And they just marched down the field real quick.
Yeah, as much as I push back against momentum in games like that, it was huge momentum play.
Yes.
All right, let's switch.
So
let's talk some fantasy football.
We
let's
can
get down
stop
to meat
talking
and
about
potatoes here. Help me fix my lineups because I have issues. Both, because I have a lot of the same players.
In which league?
All right, let's look at the Beans league.
All right, let's go to Beans.
My problem is I don't know if Davante Adams.
What is your problem?
And I assume that Michael Thomas is also not going to play. Yeah, Michael Thomas is out. Oh, also Christian Kirk is out.
Yes.
So I'm looking pretty thin at receiver here.
Boy, howdy.
Well, my thought is
who's on the waiver wire?
So
Let's go.
I'm going to play Matthew Stafford. I'm playing Miles Sanders at running back 1. I played James Robinson last night, which worked out pretty well. He went off for a cool 27.9 points. I already played Devontae Parker. I have Calvin Ridley. I'm for sure playing him. I just picked up Dalton Schultz, Cowboys tight end, in favor of Austin Hooper. So then my flex spots are Davante Adams.
Yeah, okay, hang on. Let's first talk about the 55
much, huh?
fab dollars that you spent on Dalton Schultz. Can we talk about that? I didn't realize how much money you put down on that waiver wire pickup until I visited your team, and I realized that you only have $10 left on the season.
But Ben outbid me by a whole $1.
Dude, Ben cheesed me for Josh Kelly just because he was in the... We had the same amount bid, but he, in the waiver wire order, beat me out. So that was bullshit. We both bid $15 on Josh Kelly. And so... Yeah, dude, I was like, what? And nobody bid on him except you.
I should have split that evenly between Ryan Tannehill
boy.
And Dalton Schultz, and I would have had them both. And then some.
Yeah, dude.
And
why'd you want Ryan Tannehill just because he's playing well?
I was trying to not have to play Kirk Cousins in
holy
my
shit
this week.
Oh, we can make a trade, Sam. I've got 3 perfectly viable quarterbacks.
I will take
I have
any of
Patrick
those,
Mahomes, Cam Newton, and Matt Ryan.
In that order you listed them. I'm sure you're not willing to deal with the first 2, though.
Oh, perfect. I mean, I don't know. Matt Ryan and Cam Newton.
What do you want for Cam
I'm
Newton?
not playing Matt Ryan in this matchup against Chicago, but
What do you want, Robert Woods? Maybe. Do you want Robert Woods? I know you want.
Would you trade me Robert Woods? I do want Robert Woods. But
do you want Mike Davis?
Do I want
or Latavius Murray again?
No, I don't want Latavius Murray or Mike Davis. I am trying to find that running back that's going to emerge here.
I'm very thin at running back.
No, I'm not really. I guess I'm looking at my team because it's like I don't really know.
JT, can you
visit my squad?
I like that. Let me give you. I'll trade you Cam Newton. You got a bunch of lottery tickets on your bench. DeAndre Swift, Zach Moss, Cam Akers. What do you have at receiver? Tyler Boyd.
That is correct.
DJ Moore, Juju Smith-Schuster. AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
Robert Woods for Cam Newton.
Out.
That is the offer. Also, if you on your end want to throw in a couple fab bucks because I'm kind of low, $2 fab. Robert Woods for Cam Newton.
Robert Woods for Cam Newton.
You're thinking about it.
Oh man, I want to do it, man. My team is so well rounded right now in every position.
Bolster. That's your receiver slot.
I do want to do
Matt Ryan
that.
is an excellent quarterback.
I know, but man, there is nothing on the waiver wire for quarterback if something dangerous happens.
Well, I'll throw in Kirk Cousins.
The Ryan Fitzpatrick is the top option at quarterback. Oh, man.
That means you got to drop somebody.
Kirk Cousins.
Make the roster work out. I'll take somebody else if you're willing to. I'll take somebody else off your hands. I'd throw whoever. Dealer's choice. You want to just make the roster thing work. I'll take You know what? I'll take Patrick Mahomes from you. I'll do you a favor.
Don't really.
Oh, damn it.
I don't think I'm going to go for that, but oh man. Oh my god.
I'll give you my last
This
10
is a tough one, Sam. I don't want your money. Don't give me that. Oh,
You know what? I'm going to make a trade. I'm just going to just do this right now.
I think
we'll just put this in really make you think about this here. Robert Woods. And I will also give you. Who did I say I was going to give you? Oh yeah, Kirk Cousins. Give me Zach Moss in return. There you go. The proposal is in your court. My dude.
Oh boy.
Just for the record here, I've had a couple of beers and I'm like a glass of whiskey deep here, so I'm willing to play a little fast and loose tonight.
Boy. I want to do it, man. I think it's the thing that I was telling you before that, yeah, fuck, man, you know what?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we're doing it, huh?
Let's do it.
We have definitely the experts. The experts have made a trade.
Yep.
When does this happen right now? Or does it not take place till Monday? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. No, this is done.
Oh, yep, we're doing it live. I kind of wanted Robert Woods for one more week. But Brill, do you want to do a take?
We can trade back. Yeah, I don't give a shit,
I'm
man.
good.
This league is for no money at all,
Cam.
so we can fuck around.
All right, so now what do I do with my lineup?
Okay.
I play Cam as the super flex for sure.
Hang on. Let me readjust mine real quick. Put Robert Woods in my team. Put him in there. All right. So visiting Sam. All right. So yeah.
Well, I'm kind of in
Cam
a pinch
there,
here,
obviously.
if Devontae Adams doesn't go.
And then, well, okay. So I'll say this. Actually, let me look here. Maybe we could do another trade. Actually,
you want Michael Thomas? How about both of them? I'll trade you both of them.
No, I don't want Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, I don't think so. How about Tyler Boyd for Zach Moss back?
Set it up.
Deal? Okay. Let's do it. All right.
Don't. I don't think it's worth even looking.
Actually, who's on the waiver wire for wide receiver? Maybe you don't even.
No, just do the trade. You said yes.
You think so? Kind of slim pickings there. I thought there was more for some reason. I just picked Boyd off the waiver wire. He was there. Much. Maybe I'm looking at my dudes here. 1, 2, 3 there with a couple of guys, and I've got 1, 2, 3.
You're gonna stay? You're gonna stick with what you got?
Never mind, Sam. I think I have to stay. Yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on with AJ Brown first. He's out for a while.
I got too many guys that are just out right now.
I need at least one depth dude at wide receiver.
I got one move I'm looking at making. I don't really want to say it out loud. I want to pick up John Brown. Since the Buffalo Bills have been kind of going off. Josh Allen and the Bills have been going off here. But I don't know who I want to drop. Really nobody. No, I got...
Do you like Russell Gage? Ridley. If Julio doesn't play?
I like my exposure to that. But if who?
Right. But if Julio doesn't play...
Yeah, I'm good with Calvin.
Julio Jones is not expected to play this weekend.
Offense. No, I don't need any more exposure to the Packers.
What about Marquez Valdez-Scantling? How about Corey Davis against Minnesota?
Is he available? What are you suggesting? Is he on the waiver wire, or do you have him?
No, he's out.
Yeah. What about John Brown? Who
he's on the waiver. Corey Davis? Yeah, he's on the waiver wire.
Rams.
Las Vegas? Los Angeles? Fuck.
Oh, no. Jalen Ramsey will probably be on Stephon Diggs. I don't know. Well, KJ Hamler. No. Stop. Larry Fitzgerald. No.
Stop.
You know what? I'm just gonna hope Devontae Adams plays, and we'll deal with that Sunday. I think that's enough wheeling and dealing for tonight. Who am I playing this week? Maybe look. Do I even need to do anything, or should I just sit tight here? I'm playing Alexis, and right now, I'm favored to win 73. I have a 73% win percentage.
I mean,
Correct.
your
It is
thing
counted
still
13.4
has Devontae
points,
Adams projected to
towards
play,
Devontae
though.
Adams.
That's 13.4 points. Well, you gotta.
Who do I drop, though?
You gotta pick up somebody, man. You gotta
drop
do something
Tariq Cohen?
there.
I kind of don't want to drop Zach Moss. I know you're going to pick him up right away.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think out of these guys, it's Tariq Cohen.
He's behind David.
They just paid him, but man, they're not using him at all. Him or I don't know. Christian Kirk had a decent game last week, didn't he?
Honestly, yeah.
No, not really.
Because it's him.
He
and
might
Larry
be a guy to
Fitzgerald
drop,
and
actually.
DeAndre Hopkins.
I don't
DeAndre
really-
Hopkins is just a target monster in that offense. Rightfully so.
Yep, he.
You know what, Kirk? I hate to do it. I hate to do it to you,
So
Kirk.
I don't know.
John Brown.
Wait, who are you targeting on the waiver wire? John Brown?
I like him better than. Let's see. Let's look at his game log.
Maybe. It's looking good, but
And they're
I
playing
just
the Rams.
the
This
Bills
week.
have
I
been
think the
throwing a
Rams will
lot
keep
these
him
last
honest.
2 games. Maybe. I think the Rams are going to do what they've been doing, and they're going to run the
take
shit
the
out of
lead
the
and they're going
ball,
to
and the
force
time
the
of possession is
Buffalo,
going to
the Bills into a negative
squeak
game
out
script, and
in
they
that
have to throw the
game.
ball to John Brown. You know what? But also, I don't want to chase those points.
Okay, yeah, you've convinced me.
What about Robbie Anderson?
I mean, who else is really up there? Cincinnati. They play the Chargers, man.
No.
I don't like that.
No, I don't. I don't want the Eagles.
Deshaun
I got enough
Jackson
Eagles exposure with Miles
Against
Sanders.
Cincinnati.
Marvin Jones.
How about Jerry Jeudy
Oh yeah, no.
without
not Jeff
Cortland
Driscoll.
Sutton
No, thank
and
you.
with Jeff Driscoll slinging the
Maybe-
rock?
Maybe it is Russell Gage. Against
I
the
mean, I don't know.
Bears?
I like Russell Gage has been getting targeted a lot. I picked him up in my law school fantasy league. I mean, John Brown isn't bad, I don't think. I think John Brown would be fine.
Ooh, I don't want to sneeze though. Ooh. I got all sorts of dudes.
Who do you have on your squad?
John Brown
Sam?
it is. No, not John Brown.
here?
I changed my mind. Damn it. I don't know what to do. Maybe it is Corey Davis after all. He's been double digits 2 weeks in a row.
Corey Davis. Corey Davis show.
Which one of you fuckers is going to go off this week? Is it you, Willie Snead? Is it you, Chase Claypool? Maybe it's Damian Ratley. Oh, here's Demir Bird from the Patriots. I could stack him with Cam Newton now. Ugh. What to do? So many
I
choices.
mean, gosh. Do you want
Dallas Goddard? No. Hayden Hurst is available. Hayden Hurst is available. Or Logan Thomas.
There you go.
Yeah, I would say so.
Hayden Hurst over Logan Thomas, man.
What's it going to cost me?
You want Boyd? You want Tyler Boyd?
Zach Moss, deal.
It's going to cost you... Well, let me look at your team real fast.
I know.
Fuck. What is this team?
You want Mike Davis? Do you want Latavius Murray back?
No, I don't really want Mike Davis.
Oh, wait, do I have an empty bench spot? Oh.
No, I don't.
That's right. I don't need to drop anybody.
Yeah, you can just pick up a guy. You don't need to trade for a guy.
Yeah, I want to do that, and then I'll think about it here before.
You should probably just pick up a guy, honestly. Well, just pick up Hurst. Like, pick up him. He's
always drop
Chicago, so maybe I don't know.
You have one empty slot in your roster. You can add this player without dropping any players.
Solid.
Good. Done.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you're looking to dump Tyler
anyway,
Boyd and you see
all right.
Like here,
well,
that's not, and I'm not giving you James Robinson.
I'll keep my eyes open.
He's good.
Okay.
The Dynasty League.
Any other roster?
So
are you looking at? Let's move to the other league here real quick. I think I've got a.
Adams.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have Christian Kirk. Oh, I should just play Darren Waller.
I don't really know about this league in general. Yes.
I still have Robert Woods in this league too. I didn't trade him away
yet.
There, done. Yep. Easy.
And there's a tight end premium in this league, remember?
Do I have an empty bench spot in this league too?
Well, I'm glad we could fix your problem, Sam. That was...
Who should I pick up in this league? I guess so. I don't know how.
You have an empty bench spot?
Julian Edelman, alright.
This league is slim pickings
Roster's
on the
full.
waiver wire, man.
Never mind. I don't know. I guess I'm reading something wrong here. Maybe it's because I have two guys on my taxi squad. Fuck, I'm going to have to cut Jordan Love after this year. I'm keeping J.K. Dobbins for sure, but...
Well, I don't know, man. I think it's 1 year, so I have Madison on mine.
Oh. Well, all right.
So it might be 0 and 1.
Well, unless I draft somebody.
Are allowed on the taxi.
I want to keep.
So for another year. Hell yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing?
So that's that. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this Dynasty League. I think my team is a little iffy.
That's not good. Where are you at? Mr. Peterson, man.
0-2.
So yeah, Matt Ryan, Dalvin Cook. I mean, Rush is not bad. Oh.
Yeah, it was really the big oopsie
right.
playing AJ Green over Kareem and Odell last week that fucked me. And really, just like I don't really have anything in the way of like running back depth in this team. Yeah. So that is that, but I don't know. It is what it is. This league is fine. Yeah, I don't know. I guess yeah, so that's that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes this week. I guess I'll just touch on the team that I am most comfortable with is definitely this law school group that I have. Like, for basically what I said before, just the injury bug. It's kept my team alive here. I nearly facilitated a 3-way trade for Jonathan Taylor, and all I was going to give up was
for who?
DJ Moore and Cam Akers. Jonathan Taylor. It almost happened, and
Somebody
then
came to their senses.
at the last minute fell apart. Yeah, but pretty much.
Just like
Sure
you
that's
almost
what happened.
trading Tyler
It
Boyd
was so
for,
close though. It was like I
Zach
can't
Moss
believe
back.
this might fucking work.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Give
I
me
don't
Tyler Boyd,
know. I
please.
didn't really have a problem with that. I picked him off the waiver wire.
Can I have Tyler Boyd?
No.
I really like Tyler
No.
Boyd for Zach Moss, please.
Now that you asked for it, I'm not going to do it.
Well, that's exactly what I'm
Well,
going to do.
I
with Zach
really like
Moss.
Tyler
He's
Boyd
a-
on my bench, sitting there. Fine, I'll give you
I'm
$5
considering
Fab for Zach Moss.
Considering the fab deficit, I've blown all my fab dollars. Damn, I really spent $45. Wait, how much was it? 45 or 50? I spent $55 on Dalton Schultz that nobody else wanted.
It was
I really
55,
wanted
man.
Dalton Schultz, so I'm not mad.
Yeah,
I'm
you
all-
fucking did. Bitch, you thought.
Until I want to get my next man, which then I'll be mad. I only have 10
You got your
$10
man.
reviews.
Here, I'll finance your waiver wire pickups.
Yo,
Just let me know, Sam,
man,
and then
can
I'll
you
call in a
fade me
favor
like
later on. Just let me know.
Yeah, right. I'll give you $5 real.
Can I take out a loan?
Fab dollars, please. Because I need to get the third tight end from. I need to make sure that I get I need to get Jeff Wilson really bad after Jerick McKinnon goes down.
Yeah. Make sure to get that guy. He's the man.
I need Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
Because Kenyon
We'll
Drake
see.
is whatever.
Anyway. Oh, we'll see. This will be fun though. This will be fun to see how this shakes out.
This
But your
reflects
team
is
looks a
better.
little. I mean, certainly.
And once Devontae and Michael Thomas are both healthy,
Yeah. I mean, no doubt.
we're gonna be in good shape. Yeah, I'm not playing Mike Davis as a flex.
Oh yeah, be cooking then. That'd be bad news, Bears.
Oh.
But anyway, hey, I've got to get
Go
going,
through that, do
so
the week
we
3
should wrap it up.
pick'em pool, or nah? No, I'm talking about the against the spread.
Didn't we do that?
So if we go DraftKings, we go pools. We can do college
Oh
football
yeah.
pick'em,
Here, let's do that real quick.
or we can do pro football. Let's do pro football. College football, I don't know. This season's such
No.
a mess.
I don't
All right.
care about that.
I went like 6 out of 14 last week, so I did better, but also worse than I thought I would do. Pools, you go to lobby and then go down to free pools, and find the
It's
free
under
Bacardi
what
Spice
again?
10K pro football pick'em week 3 spreads 21 plus.
Lobby.
All right, we got Houston at Pittsburgh. I
Free
like Pittsburgh
Bacardi
minus 3.5.
spreads. All right, quick. Here we go. Yep,
Shit, I kind of
punch it. Tennessee, Minnesota.
I kinda wanna go
Tennessee.
Minnesota, but
Punch it.
damn, they suck. So I got
Philadelphia,
yeah, all right,
Cincinnati.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee. Let's not think
King of
about
the
it.
Bengals.
Not
Philly
thinking about
sucks.
this at all. Philadelphia Bengals. Philadelphia is favored by 6.5. I'm going
Atlanta sucks. Give me the Bears.
Bengals. Atlanta, Chicago.
Not really,
Atlanta's favored by
I know
3.5.
I'm fading myself here.
Do you think so?
Washington.
All right, the Bears it is. Washington, Cleveland. Cleveland's
I like the
favored by
Raiders to
7.5.
cover.
Yeah, give me Washington.
No, I like the
Las
Patriots.
Vegas, New
Patriots,
England. New
6.5,
England's
they're
favored
blowing
6.5. All right.
That's
All right, cool.
disrespectful to the Bills.
Me too.
Bills,
Buffalo,
Bills all
Los
the way.
Angeles. Buffalo's favored by 2.5. Bills
This
all the
is an
way.
interesting one, 'cause San
New York,
Francisco's
San
gonna be without a bunch
Francisco.
of dudes.
San Francisco's favored by 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. Colts over the Jets.
I'm getting San Francisco on this.
The Jets are terrible.
Indianapolis. Yeah, this one, the big old 9.5 point
They'll
spread.
cover? I think they'll cover.
I'm gonna put the Jets just as a. I think that they.
Damn, that's how I feel about
Yeah,
this
man.
next game.
I think
Carolina
this is a
at the
sneaky game.
Chargers.
They might even
I like
fucking win it.
Carolina.
They might fuck around win
Carolina's
this game.
scrappy. Fuck you. All right, Tampa Bay at Denver.
You know what?
Tampa.
I'm gonna put the Chargers.
Denver's hurt. Give me Arizona.
Tampa.
Yeah, give me Cardinals.
Yep.
Detroit's bad.
Arizona, Detroit.
That's
6.5.
the
Yeah.
game of the week. Seattle.
Seattle,
Seattle's
Dallas. Seattle's 4.5.
And Saints are favored by 3.5 in New Orleans. Give me the Packers.
New Orleans, Green Bay.
I'll buy the hype. Fuck it. Live a little.
Yeah, give me the Packers, baby.
So,
Submit.
write them down. Cash them.
So that's it. That's your
I didn't
picks.
win the
Hope you
50
got them
grand
all.
or 10K last week, but damn it, this week's the week.
Cool. Well, all right.
I'm feeling fucking good.
Me either.
So,
I know. It's feeling good. All right, everybody. Well, we'll see what shakes out this week.
Yeah,
but
donations, Patreon,
punch in those
experts,
tickets
whatever.
and let us know when you win all the money. You're welcome.
Fucking yeah.